Whoa! Busted play. Dylan Marsh here with your 11:30 The Tiger LSU Sports Update. And let's go ahead. First off, we're going to talk football and LSU basketball today. Let's start off with some, I guess you say good news coming out of LSU football. But I just know that basketball is completely bad news. LSU basketball is just awful. But quarterback Brandon Harris has decided to transfer from LSU and go somewhere else to play football next year to further his education and his football career. I guess he just thought that he just couldn't really make an impact on the LSU team this year with Etling and all these quarterback recruits coming in. Harris decided to leave the team to go somewhere to where he can make a bigger impact, and there are already reports of where he might go. And the one right now, Brandon Crawford tweeted, "I just got a text that North Carolina and Brandon Harris both have mutual interest in each other." So we could see Bossier City native Brandon Harris, a former 4-star recruit out of Parkway High School, going to play quarterback for the North Carolina Tar Heels after Mitch Trubisky, the starting quarterback of North Carolina, declared for the 2017 draft. And he's actually in some mock drafts to be the number 1 overall pick with the Cleveland Browns, or at least in the top 10. Great talent coming out of North Carolina, and I honestly think they got a great talent coming into North Carolina. If that's where Brandon Harris goes, I think he could make an impact somewhere else. I think that going to LSU, especially under Les Miles, is as a quarterback is really just a death wish for a career, I think. Because I have a list right here. Under Les Miles, they had 18 quarterbacks signed in his 12 years at LSU. Only 3 quarterbacks lasted their whole career at LSU. I'm going to go ahead and name off the players since 2005, the quarterbacks that have come to LSU, and they have all left. You ready? Ryan Perrilloux. 2006, no quarterbacks. 2007, you had Jarrett Lee and Andrew Hatch. Y'all remember that quarterback competition in 2007. Jordan Jefferson in 2008. Russell Shepard, 2009, and Chris Garrett. 2010, Zach Lee. 2011, Zach Mettenberger, who transferred in. Jared Randall. Steven Rivers, the younger quarterback of Chargers quarterback Phillip Rivers. 2012, Jeremy Liggins and Rob Bolden. I'd never heard of those guys. 2013, Anthony Jennings, who now is at ULL, and Rod Bolden. 2013, Anthony Jennings and Hayden Rettig. 2014, Brandon Harris. 2015, Justin McMillan and Danny Etling, who also transferred in. In 2016, Lindsey Scott. So, those do not include Danny Etling, Lindsey Scott, and Justin McMillan, who still are on the roster. But 3 out of the 18 quarterbacks signed under Les Miles stayed and completed all 4 years at LSU. So what does that have to say about that? I guess you can say the organization there and how his quarterback competitions went, how well they were able to coach quarterbacks. He tried to bring in Cam Cameron from the NFL, which seemed to work 1 year and then really just started crumbling. And he ends up getting fired by Ed Orgeron as soon as Les Miles is booted. So I think it's a great decision to go somewhere else for Brandon Harris. Because I easily think Danny Etling's got the starting job for next year. I think he's got a lot of tough competition, but Danny Etling really proved this past year that he can do some major damage. Give him a full year and basically another boatload of confidence. I think Danny Etling's going to have a great year next year, as well as the whole LSU Tiger team. I think they're definitely going to make a playoff run. I think they're going to give Bama a run for their money. I know producer Zach loves hearing that. He loves hearing that. But again, Brandon Harris, LSU starter, now transferring after being benched by Les Miles and Ed Orgeron. And Danny Etling, like I said, still going to be the starter. Reports Harris is going to North Carolina. but we don't know yet. He should make his decision pretty soon, so he will go enroll at the school. He does have to take a year off unless he graduates at LSU and then transfer as a graduate where he can play immediately in 2007. It says right here in this article I'm reading on SEC Country that he intends to graduate before next season, which would make him eligible to play immediately in 2017. So he's going to transfer as he's going to be a graduate transfer. So we'll see where he goes. Yes, he basically has one season with another team to prove to everyone what he can do, and possibly to the teams in the NFL, showing, hey, I've got potential. We'll see how that goes for Brandon Harris and the LSU football team. But let's move on to something pretty terrible, and that's the LSU men's basketball team. LSU is on an 11-game losing streak under Johnny Jones. LSU has lost, the last 11 games have been to Mississippi State, Texas A&M, Alabama, Auburn, Arkansas, Florida 106-71, Texas Tech, South Carolina, Texas A&M, number 15 Kentucky 92-85, which really close for a great team with Kentucky. Lost to Arkansas 70-78. And now Tuesday on Valentine's Day, they take on Ole Miss in Oxford, Mississippi. So they're trying to break an 11-game win streak. What I've seen, I watched that Kentucky game. Kentucky was just having an off night. They really were. They were trying to show off a little bit. But it's definitely time for Johnny Jones to go. And I think this would be a big coaching job in the coaching carousel. LSU's got money. They've got talent around them. Johnny Jones doesn't know how to recruit very well. He can't get big-time players to really come. He got Ben Simmons, but I don't know how LSU got Ben Simmons. Zach, how do you think LSU got Ben Simmons? Like, how was that how did that happen? You got the best player in the country to come play for an awful basketball team. Yeah, Johnny Jones. You got a kid who grew up in Australia. Ben Simmons was the number 1 overall pick, I believe, and is now about to make his season debut with the Sixers. And that just shows how bad the LSU basketball team was last year. They had the best player in the country, and they didn't even make the NIT tournament. I don't see how that's a thing. But Zach, why are you giving me a weird look, dude?
I don't really keep up with LSU basketball because we do suck really bad. I don't really keep up with college basketball until March Madness.
Okay, well,
but
just listen to these overall team statistics this year. They're averaging 74 points a game when their opponents are averaging 81. So right there, that's how you lose basketball games right there. The scoring margin is negative 6.7. Shooting 45% from the field. Shooting 34% from the three-point line, which is that cannot happen.
Yeah.
That cannot happen in any type of you go and play, pee-wee basketball. You can't shoot 33% from the three-point line. You're not going to win. 65% from the free throw line. Averaging 37 rebounds a game, which is it basically is the exact same as their opponents are averaging. They're averaging 13 assists per game, so they don't pass the ball very much. Well, they have to score to actually get assists, though. But they are averaging 6 steals a game and 4 blocks a game. That's actually kind of high. That's pretty high, actually. But this LSU team definitely needs a change in coaching. Tell us what you think about the LSU coaching decisions that need to be made in Baton Rouge. Let us know on our Facebook page, 1130 The Tiger, KWKH. Let us know. Comment on this link right here. We would love to hear what you got to say, and we'd love to have a debate with you. If you think Johnny Jones should stay for some reason, maybe you just don't pay attention to him and want to start an argument, let's do it. Let's go. I'd love to see LSU in its heyday, like when it made it to the Final Four and lost to Kevin Love and Russell Westbrook in UCLA. LSU really can be a dominant basketball team. We've seen that in the past. I think that if you get a right coach in there, you get great players, you start recruiting again. Basically, do what LSU's doing. Coach and change, get a great recruiter in there, see what happens. I have a feeling this basketball team can really become something great. If you somehow got Ben Simmons to come play for LSU, there is hope. I will say that right here, right now. There is hope, my people, for the LSU basketball team. But things got to change. And I think change is coming pretty soon for the LSU basketball program. All right, well, this is Dylan Marsh, producer Zach in the booth producing. Thank you, man. This has been your LSU Sports Update. And as always, God bless.